In the most cinematic experiment ever done in Minecraft, I got 200 players to settle the Wild West to simulate a realistic civilization. The players were given no help or guidance, and just like in real life, if you die, you stay dead forever. Now each player has the freedom to do whatever they want. Duel a player, rob a bank, and if it comes down to it, go to war. This event had the most insane story arc you will ever see. So pick a posse to root for and enjoy the video. I present to you the Wild West Parable. Welcome to the Wild West. As the players hop off the train into these new lands, they arrive in the quaint town of Fresco, the heart and gold of this world. The players immediately started exploring the many buildings like the saloon and talking to one another in the center of town. Why did you come to Fresco?
Fresco is the land of opportunity.
In this event, the players will have access to 3 types of guns. The revolver, which is a decent gun but can be dual wielded, the shotgun, which is good at close quarters, and the repeater, which is very powerful at long distances. As the players left the town, many explored the other biomes looking for resources like gold, which was extremely valuable and could be used to purchase goods in Fresco. Some players went to nearby forests, some tried to cross the desert, one player even found a volcano, and all of them were looking for a place to live. A small merchant exploration group, led by a pair of brothers, Jan and Timothy, made their way into a small plains oasis right next to the Fresco desert. Their main ideology was making as much money as possible.
We are bankers from the Netherlands, the esteemed von Kruger family.
We want shiny things.
I see, you got some shiny things. And so, the first major group, Cash Crossing, was established northwest of Fresco, and in doing so, brought the opportunity of gun purchases to be made by the citizens of the town. Back in Fresco, another small group was starting to form in the saloon. This is the crime family known as the Syndicate. This family tends to live free in nature and takes what they need whenever they stumble across another settlement. The youngest sibling, Ulysses, is their de facto leader.
We're trying to bring order to the Wild West by taking out all the other crime families.
The Syndicate, after stealing as much as they can from the saloon,
Thanks for the drink.
traveled southeast until they found a nice forest to call their home. With 2 major groups now established, this marks a peaceful end to a peaceful day 1. Let's see what happens next. Day 2 starts before the sun rises since Fresco is having a big sale. Many people come far and wide to try and get their hands on goods like hats. The shopkeepers in Fresco sell custom hats for players to purchase, which is why you may see some people wearing some crazy things on their heads. More importantly, the players came to Fresco to buy guns. Wow, look at the line outside the gun store. 2 players in line, Kipper, the brother of Ulysses from the Syndicate, and a drunk named Lenny, seem to be arguing about who is first in line.
You're a fat yellow chicken.
I'm not a chicken.
Oh, you wanna prove it? You wanna prove it?
Yeah, I will prove it.
You see, in this experiment, when a player takes substantial damage, instead of immediately dying, they get a second chance at life by getting downed. In this down state, they cannot move, but players can rob things from their inventory until they are revived, which is why Kipper here is still alive. Kipper messed with the wrong person, unfortunately, since this player, Lenny, was actually a part of a second crime family called the White Fangs. The White Fangs, led by a player named Grim, are a ruthless crew that are known for pillaging towns and leaving no survivors.
I mean, the White Fangs, we're a humble organization, but we are willing to make money through any means necessary.
The White Fang, after leaving Fresco with their new guns, established their camp inside a skull-shaped rock along the railroad to the northeast. The injury of Kipper established the White Fangs as the superior crime family, which weakened Ulysses' reputation and made Grim feared by many. Now let me tell you a story about a small group known as the Gentlemen. This group, which was made at the start of day 2 after the duel, made their way across the land on horseback, traveling from town to town offering some sort of protection agreement.
The people gotta know that protection's vital. You can't live without protection. We're just trying to help the people out.
You see, when the Gentlemen's leaders, 2 brothers named Benedict and Tony Venturo, offered this protection, they did it in a pretty threatening manner.
Here's the deal. We'll go ahead and speak for your people. Your protection will be provided, and we'll come for collection when it's time.
Sorry, what?
After giving the offer to a group, they would just ride away to their mansion by the volcano. What is wrong with these guys? When the Von Kruger brothers from Cash Crossing heard this offer, they called a meeting between them and the Syndicate, who now with their weakened reputation couldn't really protect themselves from people like the Gentlemen.
The Ventura brothers are imposing a threat on both of our settlements. I propose that Cash Crossing and the Syndicate form an alliance to get rid of these so-called gentlemen.
And just like that, an unlikely alliance is made between the bankers and a crime family. The start of day 3 was rather quiet, with many people going to Fresco to buy more guns and visit places like the church. All of a sudden, a player stepped off the train and into the station overlooking Fresco. This player was a high-profile bandit coming to steal as much gold from Fresco as possible. Wait, he's fighting one of the townsfolk! Oh my gosh, he's injuring so many people! What is he doing? The outlaw was dead. The bandit ended up dropping a ton of gold, and didn't manage to fully kill any of the townsfolk. Timothy Von Kruger managed to pick all the gold up. Instead of sticking around, Timothy went straight back to Cash Crossing to put this newly acquired gold into the Von Kruger Bank. The Von Krugers made this bank to store all the gold they managed to make in a safe area. This vault even has a combo lock. Wow, the Von Krugers are rich! I was able to speak to one of the bank tellers, a good friend of the Von Krugers named Anthony Thompson.
I help build a bank with Jan and Timothy. My job is to help the patrons deposit gold and guard the bank from bandits. I'll always be loyal to the Von Krugers.
Well, okay then. You better guard that gold safely, Mr. Thompson. The Von Kruger Bank is going to be a big target for a potential robbery. Day 3 also saw the start of another new town. This town was made with the goal of trading in mind, so they named themselves the Tumbleweed Trading Company. Tumbleweed sold many things, like honey from bees, and lots of alcohol. Their leader, Saladius, told me their motto.
Big money, big opportunities, and big women, that is our catchphrase. That's what we're looking for.
Did you just say women?
Big women.
Okay then. To gain more customers, Saladius decided to host a hoedown in Tumbleweed. Wow, look at all these people! The traders from Tumbleweed are selling loads of alcohol to all the patrons. Wait a minute, is that guy throwing up? This server has an alcohol plugin that allows for people to brew drinks and then get absolutely smashed like this guy. Look at him, he's stumbling around and throwing up all over the place. Tumbleweed partied so hard that the hoedown went straight through the night and into the next day. They are still drinking after all this time. The partygoers were so wasted that they started throwing dynamite at each other, which almost killed a couple of people. The hoedown's popularity skyrocketed Tumbleweed to one of the richest and one of the most prominent settlements. This allowed Saladius to become one of the most well-known people in the land of Fresco. But the people who came in the train on day one aren't all the people that live in this land. Let me introduce to you the natives of Fresco. The natives are a small group based near a massive mesa plateau. They call themselves the Tohono tribe. These people have been in Fresco for a long time. Tohono tends to live off the land. They hunt for wild animals and grow crops instead of trading or using any gold. Instead of using guns, they use bows and spears. The chief of the natives, Kitchi, talked to me about the native ideology.
We wake up, we hunt, we farm, and we have a good time.
Kitchi and his tribe tend to be very secluded from the rest of the players in this event, which made their interaction with the group of miners that settled in the land that much more interesting. The lead miner, nicknamed the Harvestman, set up a mining camp right next to the natives, which caused some extreme tensions between the two groups.
I was told this place was riddled with gold, but I haven't found a damn piece of it yet.
Harvestman and Kitchi met in the Tohono meeting teepee to discuss these rising tensions.
I don't even know why you guys care so much. I haven't seen a single piece of gold around here. Do you guys even go mining?
Hey man, look, we were here first. If you want to stay here, we need to come to some sort of compromisation.
The two groups surprisingly made peace and established a trade route between the two settlements, with Kitchi even willing to show the miners the location of an abandoned gold mine. This alliance became known as the Obsidian Spur. With all major groups now established, let's see how this event unfolds. Back at the White Fang Skull, Grim and his posse talked about a potential robbery.
We're gonna rob Cash Crossing for all their gold.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Yeah.
The White Fang then traveled from their skull to Cash Crossing to scout out the bank area. Their place is getting quite popular.
Kruger, I got some gold needs storing.
Whoa, I was here first.
Ladies, one at a time.
Grim decided to wait until all the different groups left before trying to rob the bank. When it was only the White Fang left outside, they decided to strike.
Hands up, Kruger! Show us the vault!
This is a staff-only area?
But the Von Krugers won't give up their gold that easily.
Shots fired! Get down! Kill the Von Krugers! Get to the vault! Ah! He's got a gun!
They have Anthony!
You have 5 seconds before we kill your little friend.
Timothy! What do we do?
Please, no!
TikTok, banker, what's it gonna be?
I don't want to die!
Time's up, banker.
Jan, you coward!
Show us to the vault or you die.
To the surprise of the entire world, the Von Kruger Bank was successfully robbed by Grimm and the White Fang. Within a span of minutes, Anthony Thompson and 2 White Fang members were dead. For the Von Kruger twins, things were just as bad. Jan fled the robbery just as Anthony was killed, deeming him a coward by everyone. Timothy, on the other hand, was in an even worse position. When the White Fang got to the bank vault and started taking all the gold, Grimm injured Timothy and left him trapped inside the vault. Cash Crossing was at its absolute lowest it's ever been, while the White Fang was only getting stronger. I talked to a couple of people who heard about the robbery, including the sheriff of a small town called Splits Creek. Hey Ram, you're the sheriff, right?
Yeah, haven't seen any other sheriffs around, so I suppose.
What are you gonna do about these White Fang robbers?
Don't think I'll do anything. They're way too scary for me.
Wow. Day 5 saw the interaction of groups that previously have never seen each other before. The most notable interaction being the Gentleman and the White Fang. When Grimm and the White Fang first went to the Von Kruger Bank to rob it, they had to wait for another group to leave. This group was the Gentleman. After the bank heist was successful, Grimm decided to go after the Gentleman next. When the White Fang showed up to the Gentleman mansion, every member of the Gentleman were there, including both Ventura brothers. Look how big the group has gotten. But the Gentlemen weren't strong enough to stop the White Fang. Grimm and the Fang stole everything from the Gentleman, including guns and ammunition. A gentleman named Cheap was the most outspoken during the robbery, which made Grimm decide to shear him in front of everybody. The White Fang are insane! Another small group interaction was between the Obsidian Spur Alliance and the Syndicate. The Syndicate, being originally a crime family, were reduced to merely a cash-crossing ally due to the White Fang being so successful. This made the leader of the Syndicate, Ulysses, angry, so the Syndicate decided to try and rob the rich miners of the Obsidian Spur Alliance.
Hey, punk, drop your gold and put your hands in the air.
You know, my native friends don't have guns, but I sure as hell do.
As you can see, the Syndicate are really pathetic. Womp womp. Meanwhile, in Tumbleweed, a newly founded business was bringing in a ton of customers. Hello, Dr. Eli. What's this new business about?
It's not a business, it's more of a science. Tonics and liqueurs to heal both the body and mind.
Interesting. And how exactly do you get all these drinks?
By cooking them, of course.
Man, this place is crazy. Not only did they have a bar in Tumbleweed, they even bought out the saloon in Fresco. I can't help but think this is referencing something. This new business was extremely profitable for one reason. The drinks sold gave positive effects like regeneration, which towns would need to fight off people like the White Fang. But that's not the only thing Tumbleweed has been up to. They also participated in the robbery of Fresco. This was the worst bank robbery Fresco has ever seen. Tumbleweed does not know how to use explosives. Does Tumbleweed even have a license for these? When Tumbleweed finally broke into the vault, they realized that Fresco was broke. There's no gold here. The robbery wasn't the only interesting thing that happened in Fresco at the end of day 5 though. There was many rumors going around about a new group forming to stop the White Fang. This group was called the Legion. After the gentlemen were robbed by the White Fang, the Ventura brothers had a crazy idea on how to stop them. But they needed one person's help. That person was Timothy von Kruger. The brothers explained to Timothy their plan to unite against the White Fang, and the three wrote to every world leader to meet at the center stage in Fresco.
Today, we stand before you with a plea for unity. The White Fang has wrought havoc upon our land, leaving destruction and fear in its wake. It's time for us to set aside our differences, join forces, and together rise against this ruthless gang.
The people of the Legion finally understood the gravity of their situation. The White Fang's reign of terror could not go unchallenged. Unity was the only way to stand against them.
Blow it up! Search the place. These boys have something of mine.
From your shadow, the sun will rise again for a new day. Breakfast with eggs, it's insane.
They fled.
Who cares? Raid them anyway.
To be on top of the world with you. Don't get fooled, my love, you know. We're just passing through. Eternal or celestial.
Grim knew that if he wanted to survive, he would need to catch the Legion off guard, which is exactly what the White Fang did when the Legion decided to split up and look for them.
Just close your eyes, set your mind free.
Brother!
The sun is up again, maybe for the last time. I'm a circus.
I should have killed you when I had the chance.
The heart and soul of the Legion are dead. As well as the gentlemen, the Fang slaughtered many scattered members of the Legion.
Will you hold my hand when we fall? I don't think I dare.
The Legion leaders knew if they didn't change their approach, they would all die.
We need to regroup now.
I think I might know a place.
Get them. They're over here. Get out!
Grandpa, no!
Jan, you're back.
You miss me?
I find the defendant guilty on all counts.
Any last words?
We had fun, didn't we? The gentleman, sheep, Anthony. No matter how many teeth you knock out, another fang always takes its place. Enjoy your moment of peace, Fresco. I'll see you all in hell.